Hello, hello. So I was just um, reading something, listening to something actually in a coaching group that I'm a part of, and one of the women had said something about like she was watching this movie on Netflix, and it reminded her like champagne something or other like around like branding, and then like she'd asked her question about or it made her kind of reflect back and ask herself the question like what would someone say around like their brand or whatever, like how you would describe that. And it actually just really resonated for me because I've been thinking about this a lot lately, and I actually had started to record a video earlier and then deleted it, which you should never do. um but I did it, and I was recording this video because it was really reflecting back on like the early days of my journey and starting my business. And it actually started as a travel blog, because I wanted to help people live a life that they love, live life in their happy place. My company name being Zennial Traveler, because Zennial, I'm a Zennial, kind of that cross between millennial and Gen X. So Zennial starting with an X. And Traveler, like the Zennial Traveler. And Traveler was in the name, and it was a huge part of the people that I attracted, people that wanted to be digital nomads, people that wanted to travel the world, to have more flexibility, more freedom, more flow. And as I got more into my business, I started to move away from that because I actually remember a past coach telling me, um, well, people don't care about lifestyle and this and that. And, like kind of like gave the ick to like traveling all the time and nomading and whatever, because she didn't necessarily like that. And I'll say, like, we're not really digital nomads anymore. We do have a home base now. Um, so I think part of me also moved away from that because it felt a little out of integrity. But I realized that it's not just about the fact that, like, whether I'm traveling full time or not anymore, it was about helping people to live life in their happy place and talking about that from my own perspective and what that meant for me as well. And, how inspiring that was for other people. And a huge reason why I started my business was because so many people, at least this part of my business, so many people would tell me, I just love what you're doing. You're so brave. I can't believe that you picked up and like moved your life to an island in the Caribbean. That I want to live the life that you're living. And at first, it wasn't nomading. It was that we had picked up and moved to a Caribbean island. Um, and, at the time, I thought that the way that I was going to help people to do that was to create a blog, a travel blog. And I wanted to work remotely and travel the world. So it was kind of like, okay, I could travel and maybe I could get some perks that could help pay for my travel. Because at the time, I couldn't fathom the amounts of money that I could make to fund those things myself as well. Um, and it really just, um, as I was thinking about this, and then I heard this, I was thinking about this earlier for myself because I'm like, I don't talk about a lot of those things the way I used to. And even my recent retreat in Bali, I wasn't talking about the way that I used to. And, I think that it's so easy when we get wrapped up in making money and running our businesses, and we get, just like back to back schedules and busy, 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 that we can lose sight of why we actually started in the first place. And for me, I wanted to have a life that I loved. I wanted to have flexibility. I wanted flow. I wanted to travel. And most of my clients want the same thing. And I stopped talking about that because someone told me, well, people don't care about that. But the thing is my people actually do. And I didn't question that. And I don't think that you should be, sitting with your mentors and your coaches, like questioning them and arguing with them all the time. But at the same time, when someone pushes back against something, especially if it's like a core part of your identity, your brand, and you just say, okay, I shouldn't do that because you know better. Like when I talk about fitting into a box, trying to fit into the box, following other people's strategies, doing what other people say just because you think you should. And I was very much in my good girl energy, like being the good girl, listening to the person that I had paid lots of money. But at the same time, she needed me to probably push back. I'm not blaming her because the thing is I didn't push back. I didn't question that. And then I went just saying like the things that she told me that I should say, but in reality, even though they were really great words a lot of the time, they were almost empty in a way. And like, sure, energetically, I could still attract some of those people that, like the people that I attracted, largely, whether they were coming to me for that purpose or not, were those right people. But the thing is a lot of the people in my world come to me because they don't just want money. They don't just want, to work remotely. They want a life and a business that they fucking love, like across the board. They want to feel like they can be all of them. And the reason that people loved what I did so much is because they saw, like, I went against the grain. Like, my husband and I, like, we were successful for the most part. Like, we had, decent cars, we had pretty good jobs. Life was pretty easy living in Wisconsin, which is, we're back in Wisconsin now, but I wasn't happy and I didn't want to wait to live my life until I was 65, 70 years old. I wanted to live it now. And that's why we picked up and we moved to an island. And, you know, I had admittedly for years, I got kind of caught up in making money and chasing money. And, when I saw how much I could make, it's like I just needed more and more and more because it was like this scarcity, almost like if I don't keep chasing it, then it's not going to come. And I started to make the things that I was talking about, not good enough, or the way I was talking about them not right because of what someone else had said. And again, like, you hire mentors and coaches because they can support you. But what I can recognize now is that that person didn't necessarily get me, and they weren't the same, as me in that respect. So she didn't value the same things that I did. So when she said, people don't care about like your life and you don't need to post pictures or content about that, that's for her, because that's not why people are hiring her. And I didn't question that. And I think it is a lot easier when you work with, mentors that do align with you. And that's why I attract so many people that really have similar values to me. And why when people don't, I've felt the friction, and it hasn't, like, while I know that I can help them and I have helped them, it's not as simple because they don't necessarily have those same values. So it's harder for me to understand them. Now I am very intuitive, and this mentor again was very intuitive, and she's helped me in so many ways. So it's not that we can't be helped by those people, but especially if we're not in our power and we're not speaking up and we're not saying like, well, actually, I don't know if that's true because this is really important. This is my brand. This is what the people that I want to work with are attracted to. Like, literally, I've had people pay me like 5, 10, 15, $20,000 for this kind of support to help them have an amazing life, to have that balance between the life, the business, showing up, having great relationships, traveling the world. So it's not just about the travel, like that's an aspect of it, but it's what it represents. It's that freedom, that flexibility, that ability to have a life you love and to have a business alongside that actually fucking supports that. To, be there, like sharing your soul-led gifts with the world and knowing that you can get paid a lot of money for that, for being you. And I didn't trust that. I put my, faith, I outsourced my own power to somebody else because I saw them as more successful than me, smarter than me, having more experience than me, which in reality, life-wise, life experience, like making money, yes, she had more experience, but business, life, etc. I had a lot more experience, and I like downplayed my own life experience, my own business experience, my own sales and marketing experience, and made it wrong because, oh, well, this person must know better. So I shouldn't talk about these things. I shouldn't show this side of me. And I see this being like such a big thing for so many people where they're not truly expressing themselves because they're just trying to get it right and they're trying to make their businesses work. And yes, they're like, when it comes to messaging and talking to people, there's absolutely strategy behind that. And the more tangible you can be about your experiences and the things that you're feeling and talking about and all of those things, 100%. And I still talk about that, and it's a huge part of expression. um, but just talking solely about helping people make more money, helping people attract dream clients, helping people have perfect marketing and messaging, it bored the fuck out of me, to be honest, because at my core, I care about helping people have an amazing life, and I want to help them be successful in their business and make money, but not just so that they can bank a bunch of money and sit at home and not enjoy it, but so they can fucking go do the things that they want. If you want to go on a retreat, if you want to travel, if you want to move to an island, if you want to buy a boat, whatever it is that you want to do, it doesn't have to include travel, but like the whole name, my brand, the Zennial Traveler, is based on the fact that, you know, I wanted to do things differently, and I wanted to help support people who thrived and, who wanted to thrive and to have those things for themselves and wanted to travel for fun, not for business, who wanted to have more balance, who wanted to have more time, spend less time working, more time actually enjoying their life. And when you enjoy your business, it doesn't feel like work, and you don't feel like you're working a lot of time. And I've experienced this on so many occasions, but it wasn't always consistent. And, I've had so many realizations recently about why that is. And this is definitely one of them. And it's something I see happening for a lot of people. So I just wanted to come on and share this video because I think that it's so important for you to be anchored into your own power. But what does that actually mean? It means also understanding what it is that you're here to do, what lights you up, what you want to talk about, not because someone else told you it's the thing that you should say or do, but because it's the thing that lights you the fuck up. It's the thing that makes you so excited. It's the thing that comes so easily to you. Like I could talk all day, every day about having a life you love, about traveling, about doing those things because it excites me. And again, I can talk a lot about content and messaging and speaking and being yourself and all different aspects of this. But when I'm, talking in a way that it's just to get a certain result rather than actually sharing from that energy of like excitement of this is what I'm here to do and share, it's a completely different vibe. And again, as I think I already said, like I was bored. I was bored with the things I was saying and doing because it wasn't that full expression of me. It was an expression of other people, coming through me of what I thought I needed to be and do and say. And, there's absolutely more reasons behind that I've had to unlock and that I help my clients to of course unlock as well, both in person as well as at retreats, which PS retreats are so fucking powerful. I just finished running one in Bali, and the breakthroughs, the like changes, the growth that has happened, I just can't express enough like how powerful that is. But this is why I do the work that I do, because it excites me so much. So I just wanted to come on again, record this video. If it resonates for you, please like it, subscribe to the channel. If you want information about how I can support you in having both the business and the life that you love, making a lot of money, getting paid to be you and paid for your soul's fucking gifts, for expressing yourself in your genius fully, demonstrating, displaying that all the damn time, I am the person to support you in that. So you can grab, I think there's a link below to message me, or links to join some of my other things, potentially in the comments, or in the description if you're over on YouTube. So anywho, I hope to hear more from you, to talk, and also make sure you join my free community, Unleashed and Authentically Expressed. I've been a little quiet in there while I've been in Bali, but coming back in full force now to that space to do more sharing behind the scenes, where I do different audio riffs, transmissions, shares, and even sometimes some special little bonuses for those in that space. So looking forward to talking to you more, and have a great day.